Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and look, I'm here with a thoughts post, which I actually didn't think I was gonna be doing anything on. Um, I had no intentions of doing a video of any kind today. I was going to just simply relax and enjoy my day off. But yeah, some foolishness is popping off, and it's happening everywhere. So since I actually saw a lot of this stuff firsthand and not just in the news and in memes and gifs, I just figured I'd come on here and discuss it with y'all and see if y'all have been experiencing it where y'all live too. So anyway, y'all know that there was one one pipeline situation that got hacked, right? Pretty sure we have more than one, but I digress. Let's just act like we only have one in life in the United States of America. But okay, though. All right. Anyway, so, I saw the news about that and I was like, okay, not worried about anything. Then I started hearing about people setting it off on the left, right, front, and the back, going and drying up all the gas at the gas stations. And I'm like, that don't even make sense. How's that possible? Because pretty sure there are people who have, been risking their lives and they are out there in these oceans and away from their families, and oil is being drilled, and we have other connections because they already know we have a good old supply and demand going on. So it's like, how is this even possible? Y'all trying to make it seem like ain't no gas somewhere else outside of what's already been pumped down into the ground from the last time that they had their order of gas to come to these gas stations. So I'm just like, y'all really trying to play us like we stupid? Or y'all trying to play me like I'm stupid? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how this goes. We are not in a country bumpkin America. We are not in a country bumpkin. What is the word I'm looking for? We are not in one of those like third world countries where, oh well, we gotta hope that they come. They normally come once every 2-3 weeks or once a month and all this other stuff when it comes to certain commodities and products that y'all know we're supposed to have. Come on now with the fossil fuels and things. Stop trying to act like y'all don't know what this is. I'm just like, why y'all trying to play in our face? Y'all really trying to play in our face. Like, I don't feel like they should look at us and think that we that dumb. At least I understand what's supposed to be going on. I'm just like, that's not how this go. You're not finna tell me that all these gas stations, all of a sudden, there are no orders to be filled. Can't nobody bring nothing on a truck and all of that because there's just none. There's no gas anywhere to be taken from one location and brought to the gas stations as scheduled, and everything just drying up from the last time they filled up. But anyway, okay, let's just imagine that that's the case, which we know it's not. But okay, whatever. So anyway, y'all see that this is the foolishness that's going on. People have been acting a complete and utter fool, filling up big old totes. When I say totes, it was a job I worked at. Lord, the tote was so big. I forgot how many gallons it fills. But they've seen people who had big totes like that, whether they were farmers or not, that had these big totes and filling them up, loading it down with gas and filling their vehicles up. And if they have multiple vehicles at their homes, they are filling up and topping off every single last one of those. And I'm like, where you going though? Where you going? Most of these people are unemployed, work from home, or they ain't got nothing going on. They ain't going nowhere anyway. It's like, what is you filling up? Where you going, honey? You ain't going nowhere. And us people that actually leave our homes to go to work, y'all doing the most, and y'all ain't even got to be nowhere, honey. What is the problem? So anyway, y'all. So y'all know what's going on. I'm just trying to understand why they're trying to play in our face like we don't know what it is. But anyway, so this is what was supposed to happen for me today. I schedule whenever I'm going to go and get gas, right? So usually the longest I could go without getting gas, meaning filling up, is 3 weeks. And I think because it was Mother's Day last week, I was ripping and running, doing, getting some things in place for my mama and all that. I ended up over the last 2 weeks, kind of running lower than I wanted to. And I really actually had to fill up. So for me, I always have a set day, one of 2 days that I usually fill up on. And today was going to be my day to fill up. I already planned this in advance. I already knew what it was. I account for all these things that are going to happen when it comes to that. So I already heard the news about all this stuff going on. I was like, okay. Didn't think of it 2 days ago, Monday, when everybody was loading down the gas station in my job. I was just like, why is every single pump, why is every single pump preoccupied? What is going on? I didn't think nothing of it, right? Cool, whatever. So then I start seeing the stats and people making memes and all this other stuff, setting it off, talking about y'all need to sit down. Why y'all doing all this? So tell me why. I'm pretty sure the numbers have risen just over the last hour or two. But apparently North Carolina need to go somewhere and sit down. Stop raising up and go somewhere and sit down. They are like topping and like ahead of the pack with like 60% of their gas being gone as a whole in the state. Virginia, where I live, and Georgia are tied right now at 42% of the gas being gone in the state. And I think Alabama doing the most too and all that. But I'm just like, why? Why y'all doing this mess? Y'all, this is toilet paper all over again. This is toilet paper and Lysol and definitely hand sanitizer all over again, which is hilarious because the other day I went in the store. Tell me why all sorts of hand sanitizer, and I'm not even talking about the like watered down, presumably watered down off-brand ones. I'm talking about the better brands, the up there brands that actually work, of hand sanitizers that were marked down and discounted and having sales on them because y'all set it off on the left, right, front, and back because of the pandemic. And y'all done ordered all this stuff and now you can't get rid of it because everybody done stockpiled. And it's like, y'all done set it off for what? Y'all did all this and for what? Y'all, so anyway, this was a part of my routine for the day. So I already planned to go to the store. And after I went to the store, I was going to go to the gas station I normally go to. I have a discount with them and all this other stuff. So we usually have the lowest gas in the city. So I didn't think nothing of it. I went to the store, did what I was going to do in there. I was talking to my sister, trying to get some ideas for certain things that I can eat as far as snacks are concerned that are healthier, because she is not vegan. She's kind of like vegetarian or whatever, but she does not eat meat at all and all that. So I was trying to figure out what are some of the healthier snacks that she eats that I might want to try out. So I'm like, cool. Ended up even finding the deal on some of my alkaline stuff that I can, continue to pack to the side and all that people be sleeping on. But anyway, we ain't gonna go into that right now. I will talk to y'all about that when y'all really start seeing things pop off. So anyway, I'm done in there and I'm talking to her. I'm letting her know. I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm gonna go get gas now. And so she was, of course, if y'all knew my sister, y'all already know. So she was like, well, if you don't need it, don't go get it. And I told her this was already scheduled for me to do, so I do need it. So she was like, okay. So then I texted her back and I told her that it's not open. And so she was like, well, ask the people when they're going to open back up. I told her that nobody was there, which they weren't, because I looked over there. There were no vehicles. There was nobody there. They had cones in front of every single gas pump and notices that had been printed off. And they had cones, a whole line of cones, where you exit out of and enter into that specific part of the parking lot where you are supposed to get gas from. And all of them basically said, there's no gas here. We are dry. And I was just like, y'all to set it off. Because normally that place it has its moments where it can be busy, but I normally don't have to wait that long on the few days that I do have to wait. But normally I can pull right up and get my gas and I'm good. So that's what I thought I was going to do today. And then go get my lunch and then go home. But no, so I was like, oh, let me go up the street to this gas station. Normally they set it off. Every time I look up, they have a tanker truck and they dropping off the gas. Let me see what's going on. Well, I look, and because of the direction, the way it was in my peripheral, it looked as if it was, fully functional, and they had vehicles in front of the pumps. Y'all, these people to set it off. I guess they had some people that were hired to just sit there in front of the pumps, or they were a part of an organization, but they were all in front of these pumps, just sitting there like the gas was available. And I saw signs and all that stuff in front of all of them, but by the time I got up on them, I was like, oh, y'all did the most. So anyway, I'm guessing that they were trying to figure out their next game plan, because none of those were available either. And they had bags on the pumps. And I was just like, all right, so let me get my lunch. And my game plan now is to I'm going to go down this main road. And when I get to this last spot, if I have to get to this last gas station and nothing's available, I'm going to go home because I have a little bit over a fourth of a tank right now. And I was just like, well, I'll be okay for gas. And hopefully by the time it's getting closer to almost the end of me, working again next week, I'll be able to fill up and not have to worry about it or whatever. So that was my thought process. I wasn't panicking. I was like, oh God, no, wait a minute. I got to go find gas. I wasn't going to do that. So went to the next gas station I got to after I picked up my food. The line was formed, and it was about the next person that would have been able to pull in. They were going to be sitting in the street, which means you could risk getting hit no matter if you have on turn signals and all this other stuff. So I was like, I'm not finna do all that, and I'm not finna bust a U-turn because I was in another lane because I didn't think they had anything anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'm not risking it. I ain't worrying about it. And they looked like they was about to run out anyway because it was a whole lot of people there. So I was like, yep, not doing it. So I had no intention of even looking over in the direction of the gas station that I actually ended up going to, y'all. It was one gas station. I didn't even think about the other gas station that was across the street, but they didn't have any gas. I saw bags on theirs after I'd been pumping my gas, which I'm gonna get to. So the last place I was gonna go to, which I thought that's where I was gonna go, because again, I didn't even pay attention to this gas station. I looked over, but for whatever reason, I actually looked over and was in the lane that I was supposed to be in to get over there. Looked over at the gas station, and I was like, they only have 4 pumps, and there were people at all 4 pumps. So I was like, okay, let me bust a U-turn up in here, because the way I was gonna have to do it, y'all, it's just an ignorant. Okay, so let me tell y'all what happened. I don't think I told y'all about this when it happened. So like back in like September or whenever it was, they had 76-cent gas, and they had it at certain times. I think 12 noon were some of the days at certain locations, and 3 p.m. that was the time at other locations or whatever. So I had already planned the day that I was gonna go, and I was like, okay, I already had my game plan. I got in there early. I had gotten in line. To make a long story short, the people who was over the function, they didn't know what they was doing. And I ended up not even being in the line I was supposed to be in. They basically told us, you can't even be over here. We was just like, what you mean? And so I ended up not even being able to get it, because by the time I whooped around, and everybody else who, again, we all thought we were where we were supposed to be, we all whooped around and got on the main highway and all this other stuff. It was ridiculous. The location of this gas station is ridiculous. Like, I can't. It's just stupid. So anyway, because I had already planned for all of that, I was like, oh, y'all ain't gonna catch me out in the street. None of that. I'm gonna be where I need to be, so I ain't got to worry about an accident, all of that. But yeah, they tried it. So I didn't even try to do any of the other locations because I had that planned down to the T. I planned, like, that's the type of person I am. I need to know stuff in advance. That's why some people don't, really fool with me like that when it comes to certain things, because they like to do stuff last minute. No, I need to know details. If you gonna come see me, if we gonna hang out, I need to know the details, the time, what's the attire, is the weather gonna be all right, like where is it gonna be at, who all gonna be over there. I need to know too. I'm very inquisitive, and I just need to know. I like knowing stuff ahead of time. That's just me. So anyway, since I had already planned all that out, that made me so angry, because I'm like, how you gonna tell us that we in the wrong spot when we over here in the line? He was like, well, we can't have you over here, and da-da-da-da. And we was all in a whole line waiting to get gas, and I wasn't even that far away from the gas pump. So, myself and everybody else was angry, because by the time he came over there and said all that, I'm like, y'all should have y'all, okay, I'm getting mad all over again. Let me just go ahead and get past it. So anyway, I looked over at this gas station. I don't know why. This was one of the 76 gas stations that's new here. They ended up remodeling it, and they turned it into a 76, and they have new ownership and all this other stuff. Whatever. So I looked over there, and they only had 4 cars, and I was like, they look like they're pumping gas. Let me see if there's some gas over here. And I was shocked that there were only 4 cars. So I'm like, well, let me see what kind of gas over here. What's going on? Well, so I pulled up, and the woman who was in front of me, she had a really small gas can that she had just filled up, and so she pulled off. So I pulled up, and I looked out the window to see what the notice said, and they had all of the little areas blocked off, except for the one for the 87 gas. And they said this is all they have at this location. So I was like, well, hallelujah, the Lord already knew, because Silver Bullet only take 87 anyway. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Normally I go on the inside of places, except when I go to my little spot to pay with my card, which I'm gonna have to do when I get off of here. Check my account, because I don't like stuff like that. Because at that place that I trust, they do a hold and then they take it off in less than 30 minutes. I don't know what these people gonna do. I don't like paying at the pump, honey. I don't like it. I don't like paying at the pump. But it was a line formed after I got there. It was ridiculous, y'all. So I got my gas filled up. Of course, their gas was sky high. I was like, y'all doing the most. Because where I would have gone, it would have been 25 to almost 50 cents less per gallon. And of course, I went to the high price place. That's the only place that really had any gas in the area. Might be the only place that had any gas in this whole entire city, for all I know, because most of the other places are dry. So I filled up, and so I whooped off, went on where I was going to go, and I finally had to open it so I can get back on the street. But before I got back on the street, a whole line formed exactly the way it did when they had the 76 per gallon gas promotion. I was like, Lord, you already knew. You already knew. Y'all, it was so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. And like a line had formed behind me, because I came down that road when there was nobody there and went down another road. But the road that I had turned down in order to get in that position, there had been a line that formed that way too. So I was like, wow. So by the time I was going to go down that road, they ended up kind of inching in a little bit more, and the line was forming behind me after I had, passed them. And I looked in my rearview mirror. I was like, the Lord knew. But it was terrible the other direction. But yeah, the people that set it off, I done topped off my car. So hopefully, I'm going to try to be mindful and not speed and do all the other things that will make your gas go on ahead and get out your car, your vehicle a whole lot faster. Because I have a lead foot. I can't help it. Get it from my daddy. I'm sorry. But yeah, y'all. So if y'all are in any of these places, especially Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia. I heard Texas said it all too, but the numbers that I saw, they wasn't that bad at the moment. But please go somewhere and sit down, especially if you work from home or you ain't even got no job. Like, what is you doing? I don't understand. Why is y'all out here filling up big totes of stuff? Apparently, people have really been setting it off. I didn't notice that my sister told me this. She said people have gone so crazy that they are filling up plastic bags of gas. And it's not the gas that you would think that somebody is putting in a bag. And I'm just like, why? Where's y'all going with all this gas, honey? I don't understand. And then, like, I heard that with the breach, or the, what is it that they called it? Y'all was about to say scam. Y'all know what it was. The hack. I heard that they were already getting everything back together and they had already started the process. So it's not like it was something that was going to happen and then they weren't going to recover and we were going to be looking crazy for the next month or something. This is something that is already in the process of being back where it needs to be. So why is y'all setting it off on the gas? Anyway, I just want to know if any of y'all have been experiencing this foolishness. I just don't understand. Are you filled up? Do you have an electric vehicle? All these things. Just talk to me. Let me know what's going on with y'all at.